The Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Stevens. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will take the field first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes
man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. The Boilermakers want to move quickly. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got his man across the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. 1st and 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
That is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Michigan's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Looking to throw, it's Hout. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And this offense coming out slow, man. It's kind of frustrating because you had that bye week last week. What do? You go back and self-scout, look at yourself. What can I do better? And then you come out in the first quarter, and you're not playing great out the gates. They got to find themselves in a little rhythm, knock off some of that bye week rust.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Boilermakers will hustle to the line.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He takes it at the 45. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the tight end. They'll leave it with him. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Takes it all the way down to the floor after making the grab, and they're set up.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Might be changing the route. Looking downfield, it's Hout. Now adjusting. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
pushes ahead. He's into the end zone for the 2, and he gives them the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Looking for blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll go to the ground. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding. He's the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Here's the handoff. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to pass on second down. They're working that left side.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
And the Boilermakers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to avoid the negative. Just get rid of that thing.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. Rushes on him. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense. 3 and 4th down is coming up. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Hout. They've got the screen set up. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't make the connection, in the defense putting on. And forcing the incompletion. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, the players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. They'll try the run. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down. And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off-play action on first down. He's got him in the flat. Turning it on! Running with pace, changing speed, showing the moves. He's down to the 30. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball in the backfield.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. Looking to pass. It's Hout. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
Has to get there to move the sticks. Running through contact. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Timely decisions, effective play management helps him get to the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense? On this drive, it just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Gonna swing it on second down. Bringing the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He'll do it himself. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
The Boilermakers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Right on the money. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love it.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack. And that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
It's complete on the right side. Off and running. Seizing that open space and opportunity. Way inside the red zone, they'll mark it at the 19. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? From the red zone, looking for a receiver.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Finds his big tight end. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. Down to 2 minutes to play in the first half, and it has been a dandy. A chance to perhaps get this game tied up before the break. And the Boilermakers will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They want to throw it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Sets up the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, the attempt is no good. Boy, they could have used that field goal to draw a little closer, but still an 8-point game.
Well, they knew coming into this game, touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Boilermakers will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Finch. He was looking for more running room, but none. Found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Michigan offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
From the gun, the ground game. Past the sticks, and he may get more. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one after their own 37. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The give to the back. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. Scanning the field, it's Houck. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Open space at the 25. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wolverines, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to fire on second down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Dropping back, it's Hout. He's got it on the move. They make the stop about 4 yards short of down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to give the offense a first down. The Wolverines had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Wolverines. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. Complete downfield. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just... Because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Boilermakers in the hurry-up.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front. get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
The Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Now the play fake. Here's the heat. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
It's complete to the left. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. And the Boilermakers will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the... One-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
The run from the shotgun. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the air, it's Houck. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morgan. Real concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to put...
Breaks into the open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They'll go back to work with the first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Looking downfield, it's Hout. Setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
It gets no bigger than 1 versus 2, and take a look at how this critical game finished up. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. 1 versus 2, some were calling it the game of the century. Let's wait to jump to conclusions at least until the new poll comes out this week, men.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Got to keep it going.
The Boilermakers want to pick up the tempo.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense. Might be able to put this thing away.
At this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Hout. Caught near the sticks, it's Morgan. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
Off the boot, looking for his man. He'll throw it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The inside handoff. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12. The Boilermakers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on 2nd down. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the 4th quarter, and you're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits. They're getting up the field. They're using their speed, and that time tracking the quarterback down for a big sack.
The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Makes the catch around the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being...
Turning it on! Good execution. They moved the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. 1st down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. They want that clock to run. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. 2nd down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football here.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his 2nd of the day, this one from 23. The icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team.